Hey, Faction family. Today we're going to dive into an awesome principle. This is principle number 135, faith as a foundation for decision making. Woo, it's going to be heavy. Now, what exactly is this principle? Let's start there. Faith as a foundation for decision making means using your core beliefs, whether they're rooted in Christianity, LDS Judaism, Islam, the law of attraction, just being a good person, or any other system as your bedrock for your core choices in life. It's about having a consistent framework, consistency being the key there, that guides your actions and decisions, big and small, micro and macro. This principle isn't about blindly following dogma. It's about deeply understanding what's important to you, what makes sense to you, and it's about deeply understanding your beliefs. And your beliefs don't have to be my beliefs, and my beliefs don't have to be yours, and allowing them to inform every aspect of your life. So think of your faith as the roots of a tree. Just as strong roots provide stability and nourishment to a tree, allowing it to weather storms and grow tall, your faith provides a stable base from which you can face life's challenges and opportunities. So why is this principle relevant to us? Well, look around. In a world full of conflicting advice, constant noise, having a solid foundation of faith provides clarity and direction. It's also like having an internal compass that's always points you to your true north. And when you ground your decisions in your faith, you're more likely to act in alignment with who you are in here, your deepest values, right? You'll be proud of your decisions, even though sometimes they don't work out, but it's leading towards greater consistency and the most authentic version of you. Moreover, this principle becomes especially crucial during times of crisis or uncertainty. So I'm going to pause and deflect here for a second. The reason that we practice faith during times of good is that it will be there in reflex when crisis and uncertainty happen. Think about that. When the path forward isn't clear, and your faith can serve as a guiding light, helping you navigate through the fog of indecision, is when you need it the most. But if you're not practicing it when times are going well, how do you expect it to show up when times are going bad? So what's the key lesson that we can take away from this principle? The lesson, guys, here is that faith isn't just about what happens in a place of worship or when people are watching or during a time of meditation. It's a practical tool for navigating your life's complexities. That's what it's all about. By using your faith as a decision-making framework, you create a sense of coherence in your life. It's like having the best coach ever on planet Earth that gives you a framework for all of your decisions. Your choices become expressions of your belief in who you are, reinforcing your faith and giving your actions much deeper meaning. This approach also helps in reducing decision fatigue, right? It's the roadmap. When your faith provides these clear guidelines, you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time you're faced with a challenge, a crisis, or a decision. This frees up so much mental energy for the truly complex challenges that require other types of reflection. So how do we apply this principle in our daily lives? This is where the rubber meets the road. Here are 3 ways to put this into action. Number 1, clarify your core belief. Find out what's important to you because it works for you. Take time to articulate what you truly believe. If you can't say it out loud in a sentence, refine it. What are the fundamental truths that guide your understanding of this world? Write them down, revisit them regularly. And this isn't a one-time exercise because we as human beings evolve in life. We see things through different lenses. We grow, we have new experiences. And as such, the roots of a tree would grow. And as such, your faith is allowed to grow. It's an ongoing process of reflection and refinement. Number 2, create a faith-based decision filter. Well, what does that mean? Before making important decisions, ask yourself this. Does this align with my belief? Does X line up with Y? Use your faith as a litmus test for your choices. This doesn't mean every decision will be easy, but it provides a framework for working through complex issues, which will free up your brain because the algorithm and the equation is already there. Number 3, I want you to practice mindful decision makings. In day-to-day situations, Even when times are great, I want you to pause, consider your faith. And even small decisions can be opportunities to express our strengths and to strengthen your beliefs. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, integrating your faith more fully into your daily life. Number 4, I want you to seek wisdom from your faith tradition. Many faith systems have rich traditions of wisdom, a ton of literature, all kinds of amazing teachings. We have what's called the internet, no excuse. I want you to regularly engage with these resources to deepen your understanding and find guidance for your modern day challenges. Number 5, community engagement. Connect with others who share your faith. Discussing how you apply your beliefs to real life situations can provide new perspectives and strengthen your resolve. Guys, listen. Remember this. Using faith as a foundation for decision making isn't about being rigid, isn't about being judgmental. I'm going to say that again. Faith as decision making isn't about rigidity. It's about understanding and aligning. And it surely isn't about being judgmental. You're not going to find that in most faiths where it says go out and judge one another. It's about creating consistency between what you believe and how you live. So pause and ask yourself that question. Am I living my beliefs? It's about making choices that resonate with your deepest convictions, whatever they may be. This principle also calls for humility. And we can all use some of that, especially this guy. Recognize that your understanding of your faith may evolve over time, and you may be open to growth, and you may be open to new insights. And just because you learned something early on in life, or just because your parents did it a certain way, or just because you learned it in school a long time ago, doesn't mean that you can't battle test it. You change, the world changed, life changes. Okay? I'm not saying go out and question super hard, but understand why you understand what you do. The question is, are you letting your faith guide your decisions, or are you compartmentalizing it away from your daily life? Are you fully leveraging this powerful tool for living a more coherent, purposeful life? That's an interesting question. This is principle 135. Now, I want you to go out there and let your faith be the foundation that supports every choice that you've ever made. You got to practice during times of good. I'm telling you that. You don't, to the words of the great Jelly Roll, I only talk to God when I need a favor. Your beliefs are more than just ideas, guys. They're the building blocks of life you're creating. Use them wisely, apply them consistently, and watch as they transform not just your decisions, but the very trajectory, the north, the true north, the compass of your life. And remember, in the words of Gandhi, faith must be enforced by reason. When faith becomes blind, it dies. Let your faith be a living, breathing part of your decision-making process, informed by reason and strengthened by practice. I love you. Make faith part of your life. Price out.